Ken Lacroix here for Bricolor Real Estate Investment Group. Socrates once said, "Know thyself." For as long as I live, I'm on a journey of self discovery, looking for untold breakthroughs in awareness that allow me to hear my unique voice and honor my deeper self. As an aid on my journey, I leveraged the Novo Profile tool. It was designed to be a guide to greater self knowledge and foster the integration of unique personalities. My profile points me to my personal road leading to fulfillment in my professional and personal life to reach my full potential. Self knowledge is unquestionably the ultimate tool for achieving our objectives and making our plans a success. The NOVA profile is an innovative tool based on the DISC theory developed by William Marston, behavioral preference by Carl Jung, and investigations into value systems or motivations by psychologist Eduard Spranger. This is what I discovered of myself. From the perspective of the disc color's predominant natural state is that I have a strong need for interaction and fun. Yellow is basically influence, followed closely by a need for harmony and a calm place, green or stability. For yellow, this means I am communicative, lively, enthusiastic, positive, sociable, and spontaneous. A lot of people would say that's true. For green, it means I am accommodating, methodical, cooperative, reliable, calm, and attentive. Also true. Being strong yellow and green also points to being interaction oriented, meaning that I perceive my surroundings as positive and inviting. The contextual side, or when I'm called into action, of my natural state indicates my need for standards and structure. Blue, which is compliance. This means I am cautious, objective, thoughtful, organized, precise, and rigorous. If I have a downside, it might be to avoid confrontations, meaning that I don't have a need for challenge and action. Red, which represents dominance, in my natural state. Now, reds are direct, determined, assertive, decisive, demanding, and independent. They often make decisions that are not calculated or controlled. Whereas I'm the opposite and have no problem in letting others exercise authority and dealing with challenges. It is important to point out that in organizations around the world, it's not always a red that leads. There are yellows, blues, and greens as well. Each have their own unique approaches and all need each other to provide balance to move everyone forward on their own personal journey to self-knowledge. I would love to see the NOVA profiles on Elon Musk, Barack Obama, Donald Trump, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, Warren Buffett, etc. It would be interesting to see what colors they are. I'm pretty sure they're not all reds. Behind the DISC behaviors are motivations. The NOVA profile lists 6 individual motivations: cognitive, truth and knowledge; aesthetic, beauty and self-actualization; utilitarian, return on investment; altruistic, humanism and self-sacrifice; individualistic, leadership and recognition; ideological, unity and morality. My motivations predominantly are utilitarian, number 1, cognitive, number 2, and tied for number 2 is ideological. There is one predominant motivation for me, as I mentioned. It's utilitarian. So what does a utilitarian motivation mean? It means that I actually seek utility and a return on investment in all things. I have excellent business acumen and common sense. I have a fundamental need to capitalize on my resources in order to generate results. I have a knack for making money, and I focus my energy on profit-making ventures. Utilitarian is followed closely by cognitive and ideological. My cognitive motivation is that I actively seek out the objective truth with keen intellectual curiosity. I get deep satisfaction when the truth can be proven, verified, and systematized. I have a deep need to gain knowledge and engage in a process of continuous learning. I look for expertise in my educational pursuit at work and/or personal life. Basically, I engage mentors and coaches. I have a propensity for gaining knowledge, and it has made me a cultivated person. My ideological motivation, I am governed by strong values oriented towards making the world a better place. I have a basic need to live in harmony with my values because I care about doing the right thing and acting in accordance with a code of conduct. There's a difference between doing the right thing and doing things right. I have strong principles and deep moral sense that heavily influence my life. I look for what is most meaningful in life because I have a high regard for the meaning of life in general. I tend to react when my beliefs are challenged. My personality depth comes from motivation combinations. There are many combinations in the NOVA profile, but I'll list my predominant ones. When I pair up cognitive and utilitarian motivations, it tells me that I have an excellent capacity for generating results based on numerical data analysis. I'm highly competent in devising effective strategies. I enjoy capitalizing on my knowledge to optimize the results I achieve. I'm gifted in finding solutions to complex problems. I've always enjoyed research, so that doesn't strike me as odd. Remember that I'm also not a red. So it's interesting that this motivation combination mentions that I'm gifted in finding solutions to complex problems. This is a true statement, but if I was viewed only through the lens of a red's characteristics, no one would ever know that. If I combine utilitarian and ideological motivations, I get that I strive to create tangible results that advance my cause or system belief. I enjoy finding practical applications that serve my principles. I could excel in creating wealth on behalf of my cause, fundraising, investing, etc. My cognitive and ideological motivations, I find that I have a strong propensity to search for theoretical foundations to support the truth of my beliefs. I am relatively skeptical about any subjective statement that conflicts with my system of values. I tend to defend my principles on the basis of scientific evidence. Let's look at my motivations and how my predominant colors shade them. If we were to compare our personalities to a car, our colors would be the way we drive through life, while our motivations would be the direction we drive in and the fuel that powers our engine. Have you ever worked long and hard on something and at the end you were totally exhausted? Why is that? It's because that something didn't align with your colors and motivations. You were totally out of your comfort zone, which is great. We all want to grow and be out of our comfort zone. That's what we need to do. And although we grew from it, doing it again will not necessarily make it easier on ourselves the next time. It's just not you in your natural state. It's not really you in your contextual state either. A manager I know worked 8 months in a very challenging project, only to be forced to take 3 months off to recover on doctor's orders, of course. Only you can determine if it's worth repeating. Hence, the importance of a well-balanced team of different colors and motivations. If she had had that team, she would have not necessarily taken the 3 months off. The NOVA profile has more information that I won't bore you with. I review it many times over as I continue my journey of self-knowledge to be the best real estate investor I can be for the benefit of my family, my team, my investors. This is me. It's not what I do, that's real estate investing. It's not who I am, I'm a real estate investor. It's my personality, and that makes me unique. If you believe our personalities complement each other, please DM me via Facebook. And remember, be humble, be kind, be safe. Lacroix out.